Joe, let's come to you for a second. You've gone through the inheritance process a couple times. You've been I forget how long you've been HITRUST certified. Tell us some of your benefits from an overall HITRUST certification, not only from a security perspective, but from a go-to-market perspective.
So our original certification was actually in 2021. That was when we picked up our very first R2. We are R2. It's worth noting. Um,
Joe, can you tell us what R2 is? Is it like the C3PO or is it?
so the difference, the more common one we see is E1. E1 is sort of like just to give a frame of reference. E1 is, I guess, somewhere around 41 controls, I believe it is, and R2 or 44. And R2 is significantly more robust. So we're actually subject to something more around the lines of 255 controls. So that's the difference between. Also, R2 is a 2-year certification. So you do a full audit in 1 year, and then you do an interim audit in basically the off year. Luckily for me, this is my off year. I'm not sure that I'd be able to do this if it was the full audit year, because it happens to fall within that first quarter. And I even tell my wife, I'm like, the first quarter it's just rough for me. Like it's just a lot to do, because 250 controls is a lot to deal with, which is a huge part of why the inheritance process is key for us. I want to say that we inherit somewhere around 45 to 50 controls from ClearDATA, I believe is the number, if I'm going off the top of my head. And so again, the whole process allows us to spend a lot more time on our actual business, right? I mean, that's the thing that I'd like to keep on emphasizing, which is there are a lot of pieces of that we are allowed. Basically, we don't have to focus our time on areas that ClearDATA can cover for us. Let ClearDATA be the expertise. I mean, a huge part of why we use ClearDATA is because as a company that has several clients, you have insights into things that if I'm a CISO here by myself, or if I'm an engineer here by myself, I see my environment, but I don't see the 50 other environments or whatever else is going on around me. Of course, there are ways to try to keep up to date, but when you can leverage someone like ClearDATA who actually has the view into it and can apply controls that they see working elsewhere to your environment, again, it saves us a lot of time and a lot of resources. And as a startup, I mean, we're less than 40 employees right now, and so there's a fair number of things that we just would not be able to do if it wasn't for our ability to leverage ClearDATA. So that, I think, is the biggest benefit for us, is just being able to have more time to focus on what we want, what the organization is actually out there trying to do.